Today I'm going to show you how to use multiple drum modules at the same time. That's coming up. What's up? Justin here. Welcome to 65 Drums. This is the place to come on top of all things electronic drum related, so thanks for stopping by. I've been asked about this quite a few times, but I'm just finally getting around to making a dedicated video on this. Later in this video, I'm going to be combining a Cat Percussion KT4 drum module with a Roland TD30, but first, let me go over like the 4 or so ways that you can combine these drum modules, because there's multiple ways to do it. So, number one is to use MIDI, and there's 2 ways to use MIDI. The first option is just to plug both of them into your laptop and trigger drum software like Addictive Drums or Superior Drummer 3, which is about to come out very soon. This is a very, very easy way to do it. You basically just go from USB MIDI, where is it? Right there, USB MIDI straight to your laptop. Very super simple. I've done it before. Now, here's the catch. Not all drum modules have USB MIDI. So you might have to buy a special cable that goes from MIDI in and out to USB on the other end. If you want to check out one of those cables, I'll leave a link down in the description below. But yeah, you can definitely plug in 2 different drum modules into your laptop at the same time. The second MIDI option that you have is to literally chain 2 drum modules together. So you can go from the MIDI out of one drum module into the MIDI import of another drum module. So you're chaining them together. Whatever happens on the slave module will trigger sounds on the master drum module. And with this current setup, you can actually plug both of those drum modules into your laptop, and it will trigger both modules at the same time, even though it's only using one connection. So that's really, really cool. The only problem with this method is that you have to set the slave module to MIDI channel 11, the percussion set. Not all drum modules have this anymore, like the TD11, the TD15, the TD25. They don't even have that anymore. All right, so let's go on to option number 2. This is the most popular route because it's just so darn easy. This is just using pure audio. The first way to do this, because there's 2 options, is you can plug one drum module, the master outs, into the mix inputs of the second drum module. Different companies call this port different things. It's either going to be the mix input or the aux input. This is the port a lot of drummers, including me, use to plug in their phones if you want to jam along to a song on YouTube or iTunes or whatever. The great thing about this method is that it's really easy to do. You're plugging from the master of one to the mix input of the second drum module. You have volume control over the slave module just by turning up and down the mix in volume knob. All right, but what if you want more control over your sound than that? And what if you want to plug in your phone? The best possible way, if you're going to use the audio route instead of using the MIDI route, is to use a small mixer. Something made by Behringer or Mackie, just something really cheap, 80 bucks, 70 bucks, whatever kind of deal you can find online. But basically, in this method, you'd plug both your drum modules from the master out into this small personal mixer. Then you can plug your phone into the small personal mixer as well. This gives you EQ control over both of those modules, and you can mix all 3 sources of audio together until you get something that's pretty even. I'm about to combine both of my drum modules by option number 1, by plugging one module into the aux input of the second module. But before I do that, I need to mention one last thing. Not all modules sound that great together. So for example, if you're going to combine something like a DM10 and a Roland TD11, the sound of an Alesis module and the sound of a Roland module, they're kind of different. Every company uses a different recording process. Every company has its own signature sound inside of their drum module. And sometimes it's better to use 2 Yamaha drum modules if you're going to go the audio route, or 2 Roland drum modules, or 2 Alesis drum modules. Whatever brand, it's usually better to stick with it just because the sounds are similar to each other, so they work well together in a mix. So what I'm going to do is use this drum module to handle most of the cymbal sounds, and the Roland drum module to handle most of the tom and snare and kick drum sounds. All right, so let's go see what that sounds like.